Your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us. Market-wise right now, you get the Dow up 80, NASDAQ up 17, S&P's up 11. We have gold up 10, trading at $17.95. Silver's up 52 at 40.34. And bottom line is that you get a big workshop tonight, right? Understanding probability and position sizing, right?
We do, and attendance is, it's another great attendance. And folks, if you don't sign up soon, it's going to be standing room only,
right.
even at your home and your computer.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so seats are filling up fast. It's going to be a great workshop. Was working real hard on it last night, the rest of it today. So it's going to be great. And we teach people stuff that they just, most folks will be kind of blown away by some of the information I present.
Right, and if you haven't been to one of Steve's workshops, folks, they're incredible. It's free. Just come over to TFNN. You can see it right under breaking news. Now, market-wise is going to get interesting here because we have the S&P's going after the B. The NASDAQ going after the B. Now, the small caps aren't, so we'll see what kind of juice we can get going into these.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the only retracement we had was yesterday, this would be one huge, powerful move.
Yeah.
I mean, because there was basically no retracement.
Exactly. I call these the 100% sideways move, and that's it. It's a zero move. It's a zero retracement, really.
Yeah. So So what is nice, the Qs, which we've primarily been focused on.
Right.
Because on this bounce up, on the way up, what you like to do is you like to play the strong equities.
Right. Exactly.
When you're going down, you want to play the weak equities.
Right.
And, so in this case here, it's nice with the Qs. They're still above that March 16th date.
Yes.
So if they're going to lead us up, they're giving us a decent signal. And you would expect the small caps to be struggling, right now to be able to, to get up. Now, once they start moving, though, right when the weak guy starts moving.
That's right. That is no doubt its game. And, on the Qs, we got up, folks, and we hit that 54.42. It's back down. The number that you're going to watch closely is the 54.36. Now, what is happening is that it looks the way that they're trading at this point is that it looks like they're going to get the juice.
Okay.
So we'll see. And we need like about 75 million in the Qs.
Yeah.
So what also happens, folks, is this. If you push into a swing point, and you're pushing in with volume, and you fail on price, that's short-term bearish, longer-term bullish. It'll go right back up there.
Yeah.
So today's a big number. What's so neat about today is that you already have two of them that are making a charge for it. We'll see whether you get a failure or not. If we go over to the S&Ps and we just take a look at the SPY for a second, what you have with the SPY out here is that the SPY was the first one that went after it, folks. The SPY, the number on the SPY that we're looking at is 120.74. Now, the SPY is staying over it.
Right.
The SPY needs 258 million, and bottom line is that looks like it's going to do it in a heartbeat. We're already at 32 and a half hours into the day.
Yeah.
So that'd be 64, 66 to 36. And what tends to happen is that the higher that the SPY gets, price-wise, and then people are going to say, oh no, I got to either buy or I got to cover.
Yeah. Well, in this case here, we have been, and you specifically have been telling folks on the 10-minute chart to take a look at that, 4 o'clock time frame on the August 15th. It had nice big volume out there.
Right.
That was going to be tested. I mean, we're up over it with lighter volume. No question.
Right.
But, the thing is that, there's so much great information, that you provide, that you give out here. And if people just understood, maybe the probability aspect of it, and how to put on the trade and understand the, the position size and the stops, it makes it a little bit easier. Even yesterday, I spent some time when I went to my show, just kind of showing people the opening range. How I think that, from a day, and I wasn't suggesting that people day trade or anything.
Okay.
But even people in longer positions, just take a look at that first 30 minutes.
Yes.
What I call the opening range, because there's been so much built up from overnight and what's been going on, that first 30-minute cycle can tell you so much information as you trade with inside it. So if you're a day trader, you have to understand that piece of it. And what's really great is you don't have to be watching the news. So yesterday after my show, I was in my office working, preparing for the webinar and amongst other things. And I could tell when the Europeans, when Sarkozy and Merkel released some information. And you can see that, you know, boom. Now, what was really interesting is during my show, I was showing the opening range, showing that, you know, which I take the high bar and the low bar anywhere between 9 and 10 a.m.
That's right.
I don't go to 10:01, 10:02. It's just in between that time frame. And you could, what was really cool, you could see the information wasn't being handled real well by the press, but it came right down with volume. Stopped right there at the top.
Did it?
Yeah. Came back up, stopped, and it was giving you all the information, you know, exit the trade.
Yes.
You know, because there was too much volume coming, like you were just saying. You know, when you come into these swing points, you know, with volume, you know, it gives you a lot of information with regard to, you know, what things are going to, how things are going to be dealt with from a market perspective.
And folks, as we're speaking here, which is really cool, is that so the SPY it flipped over the swing point, not only of the B point, but on an intraday basis. If you're taking a look at this 10-minute chart that I'm looking at right now, you'll see it got over it. And what you just did, you just backed into it, and it's going to be hard to get into now the 120.74 because there's so much volume on a 10 minutes. It's 27 million.
Exactly.
So what we just did is that we're backing into this with, what do we got time-wise? We're
10:13, so
10:13.
You know, you got 7 more minutes.
And you're only at 1.4 million.
Exactly.
So it's not even close. So it's, you know, so this gets interesting how this whole thing shakes out. You know. So
you can, you know, you don't have to be watching. The only thing you have to watch is TFNN. You don't have to watch CNBC.
No, I mean, if the bottom line is, that's right. If you really want to understand how to trade,
you know, just kind of watch the chart, see what's going on, because that's going to really tell you what's really happening.
Well,
out there.
you know, it was interesting yesterday. What happened, folks? Steve was coming on yesterday on my program in the afternoon, and an article come across from Seeking Alpha. I believe that's the website.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And what it was, and this drives me crazy when I see these things, and this is what it was specifically. It wasn't that the writer was saying that gold's going to 2,500 to 3,000. It was that he was turning around saying that there's 2 stocks that you should buy to take advantage of this, right? And they were both over-the-counter stocks.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the article, he says, "Well, I have no position." It's like, you know, if you read articles like that, folks, absolutely do not touch them, because the bottom line is that if you think this through on a common sense basis.
Right.
If in fact you think it's going to 2,500 to 3,000, and you have 2 small equities that are trading at $1, well, why wouldn't you buy them?
Yeah, exactly.
Just give me a break.
Exactly.
No, have everyone else buy them.
That's right.
Right?
No,
Give me a break,
absolutely. And look, I don't want anybody to think, you know, because, you know, right now we're looking at, you know, a nice bounce, we think, you know, moving up into the July 27 time frame. That, you know, that we're euphoric. I mean, we're doing a radio show. We're always happy, guys.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
We're pretty much euphoric whether the market's going up or down.
Right, as long as we're trading, we're all right.
And so you're always looking for information that's being released to you, you know, inside the chart. So,
that's right.
You know.
And see this, folks?
The
hair is still growing on my ears. I'm still a bear.
Well, we know long term.
I'm still a bear.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. In fact, if anything, you know, the you know, all last week gave nothing but confirmation with regard to you know, the market direction, you know, and where we're going. And then when you couple that with some of the other work that I've done and taking a look at some of the other aspects out there, you know, that gives me confirmation, you know, that we are likely going lower and much lower. And so, but you know, it's not tomorrow. We don't think it's tomorrow.
Right.
You know, but keep your stops in place.
That's right.
You know,
and groove.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to David in Jackson. Hey, David, what's going on?
Hey, brother.
How you doing, man?
How's it going? Tell me about this ZSL. How low is this thing going to go?
Oh, it's going to go to 0.
I got a $12 stop on it.
Let's take a look.
Well, okay. Then you'll be left. You got 91 cents to spend. Yeah.
Let's take a look. We got the ZSL. The ZSL, folks, is the 200% inverse of the silver contract. The low is 11. The high is 137. So let's you know, we got the silver contract open first. Let's go over to the silver contract. Silver's up 52 cents. We're at $40.35 right now. SIU1. So, come on, baby. Where is she? Okay. There she is. Okay, so we get 23,000 contracts right now. Now, silver's going to need a lot more than 23,000 contracts, because what you have here, folks, is that you're coming into the downdraft out there with 113,000. What you do want to see, David, out here, though, today is a close under 40.40. And the reason being is that what this did today, folks, is it hit the swing point of the 8th of August. And, you know, we did 72,000 contracts there. So, you know, it already went up there, failed at 51. You get a close under 40-40, you're fine.
Yeah, and actually, if you can get to 39.56, which is the high from the big downdraft day, of May 5th, you know, and I kind of key out that May 5th on the continuous contract, just simply because that also was the level that was the dead cat bounce. That was the .382.
Yes.
You know, so I just kind of key in on that date, and I've taken a look at it straight in, and really kind of a consolidation range sideways. Now, you know, we're up above that area, but I look at that as also kind of a key area to pay attention to.
Right. And if we go back over to the ZSL for you, what you have is that, you know, you went topside on the 4th from 1192 to 1420. You did it with 29 million shares, and you're pulling back at 1.5. So you're in good shape, man.
All right. Thanks a bunch.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Oh, here's the acceleration. Watch out. Where's those horns? Get those horns. Get those horns out, man. Get those horns out.
Well, we got acceleration in price, which is the first thing you need.
Yeah.
Listen,
the wider the price spread, folks, on these SPYs going over this B point, which is happening right now, is a big number. There's no two ways about it. And so you get the, let's just go over there for, actually, I'm going to go to the cash for a second and see what kind of price spread we got inside the cash. So inside the cash right now, you're at 1207.87, and it's 1204.49. So you get 3 points over it. There was a question in the den, and what the question was specifically is that you're coming into option expiration, looking at a B point of an ABC structure on the way up. I suspect that the Tiger may have an option play. I don't know whether it's in the money or out of the money. But what the question was is that how fast can you expect it if, in fact, you get the volume characteristic. If we get the volume today, folks, on the S&P and on the NASDAQ, you will more than likely reach up to the sky in the next 2 days.
Yeah, and fast.
Right, it'll be right away, because it is the most deviant move there is. As Steve just said a little bit earlier, because there was no pullback on it, I've seen these before, when there's no pullback, and they happen off the bottoms, that there's no pullback at all, you blow by a B point, you do it with volume, you're coming into option expiration, it gives it all, they blow all the shots out of the water coming into option expiration, and then we get our shots on next week.
Absolutely.
Take our longs, flip them to shots, and what does happen, by the way there, folks, is that what you'll have is that the premiums will get crushed coming in with something like this, because the volatility gets crushed. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Don't forget, folks, you can sign up for Steve's free webinar on position sizing and probability. It's tonight, 6:30. Be there, right under breaking news. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Direction's alternative strategy funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit tfnn.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. For some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, and we were talking with the Tiger about the option expiration. Now,
yes.
What he has, okay, folks, he has the OEX 100. Now, if you've never traded the OEX 100, okay, these are firepower extraordinaire. And the way they work is that they're cash settlement going into option expiration. So the question is that okay? And it's that imperative because what's happening is that he's in deep in the money.
Yeah.
And then he's got the 25s, 525s, and 535s. And it's at 544 right now. So the question is that you take a B point out, you take it out with volume. You're going into option expiration. He's got a monster. He's got 200 contracts, okay? Yeah. Bottom line, and I've literally, I bet I've traded at least, I might have traded 1 million of these contracts. That many. That many. I'm not kidding. Okay? So, Brian, this is what you got to do. Okay? You take all your bread right now off the table. You take, now I'm not talking. All your principal off the table. On the OEX, this is what ends up happening, folks, is that you either make a fortune or you lose a fortune. I've paid so many tuitions with OEX. I've never lost a tuition, by the way, okay? And I'm talking about tuition. When my children were in grammar school, I was paying $27,000 a year for them, okay, in grammar school. Bottom line is that what you do is this, is that you take all your principal off the table right here, right now. And this is why. What happens with these, right, if you get the acceleration up, he'll stay in the trade right to the very end. Right. If you don't take him off, if he comes back, he has 200 contracts. That's so much money, it's sick. Yeah. Bottom line, take him off. You made your bread. You made it extraordinaire. It's pretty amazing. Now let's go over to the yen because the yen.
That's why I wore my shirt.
Another trade is setting up again here, folks. This is a mind blower.
It would seem. I mean, because we've had the Japanese finance ministers, have more than broadcast to us that they're going to go out there and weaken the currency. Right. And so we keep bouncing in that 76.30 area. Right now it's at 76.55. So it's at those lows. It's at those all-time lows as well. And so it's a pretty. If you trade currency, it's a good reward to risk, ratio. It's the best. It's the best. It doesn't mean that it can't continue to get stronger, but it's where your back is up against the wall. They've stepped in a couple of times, and and it's only a Wednesday. Taking this trade over the weekend, I'd feel a little bit less uncertain because there's so much instability around the world. But right now on a Wednesday, it's a good trade. It's huge. And if you remember, folks, okay, last time that he brought this up, the yen was backing against the March 17th area. Yeah. Okay. Bottom line, then the yen takes off from the 76 area, pops to 80. Oh, I know. And now it's back down here again. Absolutely. Absolutely. So you gotta love it, man. Yeah, yeah. So it's a good trade. If you're trading currency, I think it's the best trade that's out there. And of course, when you're trading the yen, you're trading the yen against the dollar. That's the pair that you're trading, right? And so right now it's about $13 a pip. $13 a pip. Yeah, right around there. And let's just bring it up for a second, because the last time that went up there, was that intervention that night too? Oh yeah, my God. Absolutely. Yeah, it was intervention. They came out. That's insane. Yeah, they came out. That went from 77 to 80. Yeah, and how many pips are in a point? 100? Yeah. Okay. That's right. And so, and what you were looking at there was it basically made a .786 retracement. So it did what it was supposed to do. Wow. And on these currency deals, especially something like this where you can make that kind of money. Right. You just like you were talking about the OEX options. You take your profit. Right. And in this case here, on the currency, you go ahead because these things are breathing. Currency is always in and out and always breathing, just like the markets. And so, good trade. And it looks to me, I was taking a look at the pound this morning. Okay. And it actually looks like the pound, is getting ready to break its .786 retracement level, which would be setting up moving to a butterfly pattern potentially. Oh, really? Yeah. So, which is kind of making sense with regard to what we're talking about. Which is our market's moving up, our dollar's gotten a little bit weaker, and just trying to find some kind of synergies out there. Yeah, let's say. So if I look at this pound, so the pound's at $1.65 right now. Look at that thing. That got over there. And so you take a look. So you take a look at the ABC. This last ABC, and you can see it's going to make a butterfly pattern going back into the last highs that were out there. Amazing. Which is expensive if you were traveling over to Europe. Yeah, it's big time. Going to cost you more. Now, I remember going and playing. I used to play a lot of poker when I traveled around. Yes. And so I remember now, in the U.S., you sit down at a table, you got a dealer. Right. And over there, you got to belong to a club. So you got to wait 25, I know the clubs. But I go over there and I sit down playing, and it's no limit. Right. And you're sitting around a table like this, if you will. Every person is dealing. Right. That was really, that was really wild. But it was 2 for 1. It was costing me $2. This is awesome, man. We're going to talk about this. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're going to talk about the London clubs. Yeah, we're going to get right back. Absolutely.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
And it's my very great pleasure to announce our winner in the Great Panther Silver Coin Giveaway, Patricia Keith of Framingham, Massachusetts. Patricia, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Are you the kind of person that's lucky, that wins a lot of things in life, or not?
Yeah, I do.
You do? What do you think you attribute this luck to? Is it good living or what?
Positive thinking, yeah.
That is the key. Did you ever think you would win the Great Panther Silver Coin?
No, I didn't, but I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And how long have you listened to TFNN?
Oh my gosh, 5 years?
Through Labor Day, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only. One lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for more information. Win free silver all summer long during our Great Panther Silver Summer Silver Giveaway.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading in the gold market. If you're an investor in gold or any of the gold mining equities, this newsletter is an essential tool that can help you become a better trader in the gold market. The Gold Report comes out every Monday with complete coverage of the entire gold market, including the XAU, HUI, the dollar, the bond, the rand, as well as more than 35 different mining equities. For the low price of $150, you will receive 13 weeks of the Gold Report, or you can order up to a full year for under $500. If you'd like to find out more about the Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com, or for more information, call our office at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow up 95 right now. Nasdaq's up 17. S&Ps are up 11. And, folks, on the front page of TFNN, right in the carousel, I have a workshop that's going to be coming up on tiger scaling. It's going to be Wednesday, the 31st of August, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. You can check it out. If you do happen to be a Market Insight subscriber, it's going to be free for you. But check it out. It's going to be a great workshop on getting in and getting out. What's going to get interesting here, Steve, is that, so the NASDAQ, the actual Qs are under the B point right now. Yeah. The S&P is right at them. But what is happening right now is that you actually have big juice inside the NASDAQ volume. Right now, folks, and this is where this can get real deviant. The NASDAQ, the volume inside the NASDAQ, I believe, is running, it's running at 424 million right now. That's a big number for the first hour.
Yeah.
So there's juice, there's an underlying strength inside that in a huge way, where in the NYSE, you're only at 172. So it's something you want to keep your eye on, folks, because when that juice starts whacking into it, it's a big number.
Yeah, and right now it's trading at the 5420 area, and 5401, between 5396, 5401 would if it did pull down to that area.
Yes,
would be a nice trade.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be wild. Let's go see inside the NDX. What do you have? So it's Virgin Media, Costco, Infosystems, and Whole Foods putting juice into it. Taken away from it is Dell, First Solar, NetApp, and Seagate Technology. So let's go over and we'll take a look at Dell for a second. Dell come out with numbers. They made their numbers. They said going forward they're not going to make their numbers. Dell is pulling back with 32 million shares, and that's going into 47. So that's a problem for Dell, no doubt about it. FSLR, that's First Solar, and you had Evergreen yesterday go BK, folks. First Solar's got its own problems. That's down $5 or 5%. And another reason, when we talk about funds that never have stops in.
Yeah.
You know, First Solar goes from $114 to 16 cents.
Yeah.
Kaput.
Yeah,
It's done.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you trade much in the way of the solar stocks?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I myself either. And it's kind of interesting, you know, with oil having, you know, been in this $100 range for quite some time. They've the solar stocks have kind of fallen off of the, you know, the chart. And even discussions about it. You know, the candidates are talking about it. I mean, I haven't heard much with regard to solar.
Well, what's happened is that the cost structure in China has come down so dramatically, right, that it's cannibalizing the business to make money in the business. That's what's happening. You know, it's just pretty incredible. Now, what does get interesting is that the actual technology is pretty cool. I mean, I use solar to heat my pool in the winter. Okay? And you'd be surprised, folks, what ends up happening.
Which people think that's crazy because we live in Florida.
No, I know.
We're heating the pool.
That's right.
You have to.
And you want it to be 80 degrees. Yeah. You know, why not? But what happens, folks, which is pretty wild, is that as soon as the spring comes, you got to turn the solar off. Or, you know, you got a steam bath instead of a pool.
Absolutely.
You know, which is just really bizarre, but that's what it comes down to. Now, when Angie and I were sailing, I saw something that was really neat, folks. Is that, and I saw a lot of this, actually. So when you're on these, you know, larger sailboats or power boats, this is a sailboat we were talking about, though. The only noise you have is what if you're running the generator, right?
Right.
Well, a lot of these big boats now have solar, and it's so it's. I don't know if it's well. I'm sure it's cool because if you're out in the boat in a long period of time, you love that luxury, okay? And they got the panels, and come down, hit the panels, and goose you right up.
Yeah, well, just think, even, you know, worst case, you know, at least being able to have some kind of energy, too.
Oh, yeah.
Going wrong,
listen, because what does happen is that you could run out of diesel for your generator, no doubt.
Yeah.
This is Steve Rhodes. This is Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. We get the Dow up 95, NASDAQ up 17, S&P's up 11, gold up 9, 50, bonds down 13. We're going to be right back.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today. Click Investments and Newsletters and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Studies show that 10,000 hours is what it takes to achieve outstanding results, unless you use the power of leverage. The power of leverage, folks, is key to attaining outstanding success in your trading and investing. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, and author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter. Let me take your trading to a new level, a whole new level. Let me teach you the secrets that the real money masters use each and every day to produce consistent financial results. On top of that, I'll transform your life in ways you never thought imaginable. You'll overcome hurdles like an Olympian. Here's the beauty. I'm so certain that I'll transform your life. I'm giving you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Time, folks. Something you'll never get back. The time is now to take action. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and order Mastering Probability. It'll change your life forever. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
I'm very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you know, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
TFNN introduces Tiger TV. Tiger TV brings you video content to help you succeed in the financial markets and beyond. Investors and traders can get in-depth information, news, commentary, and education for investing and trading equities, options, commodities, forex, futures, and more. Just go to TFNN.com and click Tiger TV and select your favorite channel from the carousel on the left. Grab a popcorn and get ready for Tiger TV, a great new service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And, folks, don't forget, at TFNN, we start broadcasting every day at 9 in the morning. We go from 9 to 1 live. We go 3 to 6 live, Monday through Friday. Now, you can get all that programming, of course, at TFNN.com. If you happen to have an Apple device, just go to the App Store at go to the App Store at Apple. It's under TFNN. It's free. If you have a Android device, a BlackBerry device, or a Microsoft device on a smartphone, all you do is go TFNN.mobi. If you do want to get all of us on the TV, it's Tiger Channel 1. Let's go to Jim in Minneapolis. Hey, Jim, what's going on? You there, brother? He must have dropped off. He wanted to look at NLY. Now, this is going to get interesting. This is a real estate trust, folks. They own and manage individual as well as institutional mortgage-backed securities. The low is 14, the high is 18. Now, it pays a 14% dividend.
Just great.
Which is no doubt huge. And, you know,
it's been in this sideways consolidation move for quite a while here.
It has. You know? It has.
Up near its highs now.
It's up near its highs. The highs there being the 1858. What you have to worry about when you're paying that type of dividend is that can that stay up? Now, it certainly has stayed up for quite a while.
Yeah.
What I don't like is that spike that came down is going to get tested. That spike, folks, was a disaster, down to $14. Now, I was just saying to Steve, I remember when the shippers were paying 14%. And if you want to see something wild, folks, if you could go over to the shippers. What happens with dividend stocks, number one, are dynamite. There's no two ways about it. That's with a low environment, okay, what you have, DRYS. With the low interest environment, it's where it's at. And the difference, however, is that you have to understand when, well, first off, on a dividend stock, you have to understand where they're getting the money.
Yeah.
Number two, you have to figure out, is that going to sustain itself?
Right.
Well, you know, when all these shippers were paying 14%, bottom line is that the stocks got destroyed. You know, if we look at Dries, it went from $130 down to $3. Okay? Now, let's go back to NLY for a second, because...
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it is. It's sick. It's absolutely sick. Okay? I know. It is amazing. And we're talking about... The thing that's amazing about that, folks, is that you're talking about a commodity bull market. And you're talking about they're pushing commodities around the world. But what ended up happening is that the pricing structure got destroyed because so many new ships are coming online. Supply and demand, flat out.
You know, what's actually kind of cool about it, you know, we talk about these Gartley patterns. Now, I haven't pulled up dry ships for a long time.
Right.
But, you know, my system pulls up the last time I took a look at it, the pattern that was in there.
Yes.
And I've got this, you know, Gartley pattern that was there.
That.
Okay.
What a sell.
And a lot of times on the Gartley pattern, to me, what the D point in the Gartley is really creating the C point and an ABC down.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so, you know, when I take a look at a full Gartley that's going to work, it sets up a new A to B equals C to D. Now, the price point that Gartley set up was $2.90. You know, which got down a little bit below that, but
that's
it is.
Sick.
It is. And that was on a weekly. That was a weekly chart that I pulled up.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy, man. So the NLY, folks, the way that these real estate trusts make their money, just so you can understand on a fundamental basis what happens, is it's leverage upon leverage in order to pay the type of 14% that you're looking at. So what happens, so picture how this works, is that if you, as collateral, as long as you have collateral that are inside there, let's say it's an A, a double A,
yeah,
they turn around and they'll take a 10-to-1 on that.
Yeah.
10-to-1, because in the bond structure, it's easy to get 10-to-1, which is sick. Let me tell you, man, you make one mistake with a 10-to-1 ratio,
right,
you are toast in about 2 seconds. Now, all these bond guys always think that, you know, they always go to the mean that, no, there's never going to be a mistake. Well, you know what? You go back to long-term capital. You go back to the biggest blowouts up there.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the derivative positions inside the bonds market that are leveraged to the hilt.
Yeah.
So it's something you want to keep. You certainly want to keep your eye on. 14% is good money. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see if let's see, what do we got? We have 1047. The real key is going to be, can it keep the juice up? So let's, because what does happen, of course, is that the first hour and a half is when you really get some juice into this market. You know, last hour we do too, and the Qs don't seem to have it. You know, we're only at 19 million right now. You need that 73.
Well, it's still coming back. You know, look, it's when you get above a high volume bar. So again, I'm just simply going back to that 4 o'clock bar on August the 15th, and the high out there. You know, I'm looking at the SPYs. I was looking at the SPYs. So you can just take a look at how we catapult. Same thing.
Okay.
You know, got up over that. The high's 120.74. We're trading at 120.81. So it makes sense you'd be backing down right into that area.
Right.
You know, back down on lighter volume. We'll see if that holds.
Right. Look at that.
You know, you like to get above it, certainly with volume, but we had big volume there.
No, we did. And on the 10-minute, folks, you had 27.6 million. You're backing into that right now, and we're, see, it's backing in with no volume.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
It is.
So what that's saying, folks, is that you are going to turn around, it's going to turn around and make another run up into those higher levels.
Yeah, and ideally, you know, what you'd have, you know, if you're in the long position, you'd like to see it, you don't mind if it keeps banging up against that. In fact, you want to see it continue to fail and fail and fail and say, okay, I don't want to go down there anymore. It's time to go seek the next floor.
That's right.
You know, it's time to go take a look at that 618 floor.
That's right.
You know,
no doubt about it. Let's go to Lou in Connecticut. Hey, Lou, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, on the Q, this isn't my question, but on the Q things, it's getting heat from Google and Microsoft. So later on, you could look at them and see where the Qs are taking some heat. But Boone Pickens, I think, is giving us a gift. The crack spread between gasoline and heating oil to oil is huge. It's normally like 10, 20 cents. Now it's about 50 cents, the way I calculate it.
Okay.
And I know that you follow some of those cracking guys.
Okay.
So maybe you could pick up a couple stocks on that.
So what you're saying, then you're saying that the gas stocks will be less expensive? Is that what you mean?
No. Boone Pickens is pushing his gas.
Yeah, I know that. Hey, you stay right there. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, and Lou from Connecticut. We're going to be right back.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Looking for some extra cash to help pay off some of your bills? Let Tiger Metal Exchange convert your unwanted jewelry to cash. We pay out 80% of the market price for gold. Our payouts are the highest in the industry, more than double our largest competitors. And we've created the safest, easiest, and most straightforward process for converting your jewelry to cash. Log on to TigerMetalExchange.com and get your free scale, your free eye loop, and get the cash you deserve now. We provide a free online calculator that converts your jewelry to cash at up-to-the-minute spot prices. We insure your items for up to $75,000 per shipment free of charge. We videotape the entire valuation process so that you can view it online. You can call us toll-free at 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. Let Tiger Metal Exchange put more cash in your pocket without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Join the list of thousands of satisfied customers and go to TigerMetalExchange.com. It's the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
You've heard Bud Rolfs give his expert technical analysis of the stock market on the radio. Now you can have his superior trading advice and his best stock picks delivered right to your desktop every week with his newsletter, The Torch. Using his own trademarked Warpath trading system, Bud will help you to increase your odds of making and saving money in the markets with powerful stock selection, stock analysis, and trading plan strategies. Published every Monday morning, each issue of The Torch features full-color charts in an easy-to-follow format. You will also receive not only the big picture of what's going on in the major markets and critical sectors, but also featured stock picks with complete trading plans and technical setups, as well as the Subscribers Corner, where Bud analyzes stocks submitted by subscribers. Visit TFNN.com today and receive your 2-week free trial of The Torch. That's a $75 value. Sign up now and make sure you receive all the great market analysis and winning trade ideas in every action-packed issue of The Torch from Bud Rolfs.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. My new book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, is for sale at Amazon.com for only $18.40.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow up 70, Nasdaq's up 10, S&Ps are up 9. We're going to need a little more juice coming into today.
Europe's starting to give it up just a little bit, just a hair.
Yeah. Now, this afternoon, folks, at 6:30 to 7, Steve is doing a workshop. It's a free workshop. You can sign up for that by coming over to TFNN under Breaking News. Now, you know, it's interesting because you're talking understanding probability and the position sizing.
Yes.
And the position sizing is absolutely crucial because, you know, when we were just talking with Brian from
on his OEX.
On the OEX.
Yeah.
And if you want to get an idea, folks, of, you know, just when we talk position sizing and when you talk probabilities, well, from the time that we talked to Brian to where it is now, hopefully he moved some of it out because that position right there was just, he would have put another $20,000 in his pocket. Because see, the OEX, folks, is so fast and furious. It's unbelievable. And when we were talking with him, it was at, actually, it's more than that. It's it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But that's what Steve's going to be teaching folks. Because, see, what happens is this. If you don't get greedy, right? Yeah. And your position size is correct, you're all set. You get your money, you get in, you get out. And then in his case, what I was suggesting is that you get your principal off the table, and then you just ride it. Then you get the casino's money, and in fact, not the casino, because this is better than a casino. Because if you do it correctly, you have the odds on your side. There's not someone grabbing.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times it's really, you know, when you get into a trade like that, you know what you should be doing ahead of time is understanding the entire aspect of the trade.
That's right.
You know, it's where, you know, because there must be some pattern or something that you're trading. I don't care what it is.
That's right.
It can just be some, you know, whatever it is. That, you know, not suggesting which pattern you trade, but there must be some reason why you enter the trade.
Yes.
And so, just as there should be a reason why you enter the trade, there should also be a reason why you exit the trade on both sides.
That's right.
You know, that's what the stop protection is all about. that's what the exit piece of it, is all about. And really, the question becomes when you get your full pattern extension.
Right.
Now, what do you do? Do you let the market take you out? And it really depends what it is you're trading. Depends whether it's the weekend. Depends. There's a number of different factors. But many times, if you get your full extension, take your bread off the table.
Do you know what I do?
Take your principal off the table.
Okay. This is a great point you're making. Folks, this is a huge point he's making. And the longer that you trade, I hope the more you're going to understand this. I always, if I get a profit and it's quicker than I normally expect, I'm grabbing it.
Yeah.
If people will say to me, hey, the thing went higher. What you always got to understand is this. It's what you do with your money once you get it off and move it again. And once you really start understanding markets, is that you always can take money and keep moving it. There's not, it cracks me up.
It is about the velocity of cash.
Oh, it's a velocity of cash in a huge way.
Yeah, you don't always have to be in the market.
No.
No. And it is a money game. That's the whole thing, is that, this is a game.
Big time.
And the quicker that you learn, now it's a real important game. That's really what part of my webinar tonight is about. Is just trying to. There's some little subtleties. I've had the opportunity to play golf with professional golfers. There's little subtleties that make a huge difference. There's a big difference between being able to drive a ball, 250 and 300.
Okay.
Well, it's some of these little differences that the pros know from being out there, their little tricks.
That's right.
It's the same kinds of, and their experiences. It's the same kinds of things in the trading business, in the money business. It's the same thing, in the food business. Chefs are.
Oh yeah.
There's probably some favorite meal you have. But it's different from restaurant to restaurant, right? Folks, it's a different formula.
Since we're on that, I'll give you the trick right away, okay? Folks, I can cook, but the bottom line is that people come to the house and say, "Oh my God, these vegetables are so good." But you know what it is? What I do is I make this. I have this olive oil, special olive oil. That I'll give you the name of it later. But I always put rosemary and garlic, and I always have it. And I take that out and I cook everything in it. And you know what, folks? Let's cook this market up. You stay right there. We get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, coming up next, and then we'll go on to Asia. Larry Pesavento. Don't forget about Steve's workshop. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Of course, we look forward to speaking to you right here tomorrow morning, folks.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you, no matter